Caitlin Clark just stepped off the hardwood and into golf's most sacred ground. And what happened next? Nobody saw coming. From center court to center stage at Augusta National during the Masters, Caitlin wasn't there to compete. She was there to reflect, to reset, and to reveal a side of herself most fans never get to see. And Caitlin's letting us in. The nerves, the golf stories, the off-season revelations, and the surprising way the game of golf mirrors everything she's learned from basketball. So what did she say? And why is this interview suddenly going viral? Stick around, because Caitlin Clark didn't just show up at the Masters. In true Caitlin Clark fashion, she couldn't resist kicking things off with a joke. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do the next day. So, maybe play some golf. Hey, guess what I'm going to do until it gets too cold in Indiana. So I got that help, become a professional golfer. After famously claiming she'd spent her off-season becoming a professional golfer, she doubled down with a new punchline. Walking Augusta's legendary hills had become her pre-season conditioning. Getting my legs back in shape, she laughed, nodding to the fact that even just being a fan at the Masters is no stroll in the park. But underneath the humor, it was classic Clark, blending focus, fun, and a little bit of sarcasm. Always in season. For once, Caitlin Clark wasn't the one being cheered for. She was the one doing the cheering. At the Masters, she was just a fan, wide-eyed and soaking it all in with her family by her side. I mean, this is at the top of their bucket list too. They can't get enough of it. I slept in today. My brother and my dad were here right when the gates opened. They were walking around. Nobody's playing. And that's what a lot of patrons do. They just walk around and want to see the course, and that's what my dad and my brother were doing, so they can't get enough of it. She's not shy about her priorities either, especially when it comes to the legendary food. Caitlin has been on a mission to try everything Augusta has to offer. She admitted to grabbing more than a couple of not-so-healthy desserts, joking she'd need extra conditioning when she gets back to Indiana. Whether it's indulging in honey wheat chicken salad sandwiches or plotting her next snack move, Caitlin is clearly living her best fan life. My favorite, I think the Georgia peach ice cream sandwich. You can't go wrong with that. It's like the peach isn't like overpowering. The sugar cookie's really good. Had a couple of them yesterday. I'm gonna eat it, get some extra conditioning in when I get back to Indianapolis. But I mean, you can't go wrong with anything. There's just so many things that are so good. And yes, she plans her outfits like the rest of us. Unsure of the weather, she packed heavy but wanted to look the part. She hasn't even hit the merchandise tent yet, but when she does, it's a mission. Gifts for the family, new hats, coffee mugs, because she's a self-proclaimed caffeine queen, and of course, exclusive golf gear. She even admitted to watching TikTok merch hauls just to prep for the shopping madness. Strategy meets style. This is the kind of detail fans rarely get to see. In that sense, Caitlin Clark at Augusta isn't just a sports star attending a golf event. She's every one of us when we step into a place we've only dreamed about. Awestruck, snack-focused, and ready to make memories with the people who matter most. And I remember on one of my birthdays, I forget how old I was turning, but I was pretty young. I got my first set of golf clubs, and they were like bright pink, like the kid golf clubs, and I would always beg my dad to take me and go golfing. I just really enjoyed it. I loved being outside. You know, I wasn't obviously very good. I still am a hack, but I think I just loved being outside. Before Caitlin Clark was lighting up basketball courts, she was already falling in love with another sport. One with no crowds, no teammates, and no shot clock. Her relationship with golf started young, and while she's quick to admit she's no pro, it's clear the game's always had a special place in her life. But how did it all begin? Let's just say it involves a birthday, some bright pink clubs, and a whole lot of persistence. For Caitlin Clark, golf isn't just a hobby, it's a form of therapy. In a world where she's constantly under the spotlight, the golf course offers rare peace. It's where the pressure fades, the noise disappears, and the focus shifts inward. Just her, the club, and the next shot. But also I think, understanding how much I enjoy it and how peaceful it is, it's such a nice way to get away from basketball and what your reality is every single day, and just to do something where you can calm your mind and be away from people and be outside. She's quick to admit she could never pull off a Michael Jordan, drop 35 points after 18 holes, but she fully understands why so many elite athletes gravitate toward the game. It's a mental reset, a way to breathe, recalibrate, and step back into the grind feeling recharged. One, it's a great escape for us, I think too. we're so used to the team aspect, and then you get out on the course and it's such a challenge with yourself. Like, it's you or the golf ball, the golf club, like the course, like that's all it is. You don't have teammates to rely on. It's just a battle with yourself. And she even sees it as a kind of training. Golf, like basketball, forces you to move on from mistakes. Hit a bad shot, you've still got to hit the next one. Miss a big bucket, time to get back on defense. Well, it was just like interesting, like walking around yesterday, like the fans are just like so on top of you. And I think as an athlete, like when you're in your element and you're competing and doing your thing, you don't always realize that. So I'm sure the guys get in their zone and kind of go about their business how they always do, but that element is always something that you can't prepare for. Caitlin knows you can't simulate nerves or crowd pressure in practice, and that's why both basketball and golf share something special. The need to zone in, block out the noise, and perform. At Augusta, surrounded by fans and energy, she felt those nerves, even as a spectator. But that's the magic. Golf challenges her in ways that strengthen every part of her game. It's like just in basketball, like you don't show up to practice and there's not fans there yelling and screaming and cheering or walking alongside the ropes or sitting behind the green. Like those are just elements you can't prepare for, and you're just gonna have to zone in and lock in and block out kind of all that noise, but also enjoy it at the same time, because this place is beautiful and incredible, and having fans or crowds or whatever it is follow you in professional sports, like that's what makes it really fun. Yeah. Caitlin's not just a fan of golf. She understands it. The strategy, the mindset, the grind. And it's that same appreciation that connects her love for both golf and basketball. With ease, she recalls stories of Steph Curry hitting the range after a tough game, or Michael Jordan squeezing in 18 holes before dropping 35 on the court. She doesn't just retell these stories. She gets what they mean. That's where her sports IQ really shines. Golf isn't just a fun side quest for her. It's a mental blueprint that echoes everything she values in elite competition. I know MJ is really competitive with it. The stories about MJ are crazy. Like, he would go play 18 and then show up to the game and drop 35. I could never do that. Like, that's a different breed, but, yeah, you find a lot of hoopers also like basketball too. It turns out Caitlin isn't the only one in the wnba sneaking glances at golf gear. From playful jabs with former teammate Grace Berger, who was a legit state champion, to current teammates tossing around the idea of playing, the golf buzz is quietly spreading through the locker room. And Caitlin, she's fully leaned into it, becoming a kind of low-key golf whisperer. Some of her teammates have started asking her how to get started. Half joking, half serious, unsure of how to even swing a club. Caitlin laughs about it, but you can tell she genuinely loves helping them get curious about the game. She's even brainstorming casual outings, finding public courses where they can learn without judgment, divots and all. There's something really pure about it. No cameras, no pressure, just athletes, outside their element, trying something new together. And Caitlin's right there leading the way. Not as a star, but as a teammate with an extra club or two to share. Caitlin Clark's off-season looked a little different this year. For the first time in a long time, she had the space to breathe, to slow down, and to truly enjoy something just for herself. That something turned out to be golf. After the season ended, she didn't head straight into training mode. She picked up her clubs, and that's when things got interesting. Her swing, still a work in progress, but the joy, immediate. She played rounds with Nelly Korda, teed off alongside John Rahm and Max Homa, and even walked fairways with LPGA legend Annika Sorenstam. And yes, she was nervous. More nervous than I get for basketball, she admitted. But that's what made it unforgettable. These weren't just star-studded experiences. They were reminders of how much she still loves to learn, to compete, and to be challenged. Caitlin knows she's not on their level, but she's soaking it all in with gratitude. Like I said, those are once-in-a-lifetime experiences that I'm lucky enough to have, and Nelly and Annika were both tremendous, and they're so easygoing, and, two of the best female golfers of all time. So how cool is that I get to say I played 9 holes with each of them. What stood out most, though, wasn't just the golf. It was the warmth. The way the golf community embraced her, sent her clubs, welcomed her into pro-ams, treated her not just as a visitor, but as one of their own. It didn't matter that she was a basketball player. They were just excited that she cared. And Caitlin? She felt that. She saw the power of crossover support. And now, she wants to return the favor. She's become a vocal fan of the LPGA, proudly supporting the women blazing trails in golf, just as she's doing on the court. For her, it's not about staying in one lane, it's about opening doors both ways. If golf fans start watching women's basketball, and basketball fans tune into women's golf, that's the kind of momentum that moves the needle. Because at the heart of it, Caitlin's not just playing games, she's building bridges. From Augusta to Gainbridge, from the WNBA to the LPGA, she's proving that excellence, when it's real, transcends sport. I think over COVID it certainly helped too. Like, that's when my brothers picked it up. They didn't play when we were kids, and that's when they picked it up and really started enjoying it, and now they can't get enough of it. And it's the same with a lot of my friends and teammates. So it's just such a welcoming community, and it's really fun for me to be a part of, and and to bring more eyes to golf. And then in return, hopefully a lot of golf fans start watching women's basketball too. Yeah. To Caitlin Clark, the Masters isn't just a tournament. It's a moment suspended in time. No phones, no distractions, just the stillness of the course, the weight of tradition, and the quiet buzz of fans completely locked into the experience. She called it unlike anything else, and not just because of the views. It's the presence it demands. You're not just watching greatness, you're feeling it. And as a professional athlete herself, she recognizes how rare and powerful that kind of energy truly is. I honestly would probably put it number one. And I think it's just so different than everything else. There's really just nothing like this. And I think, honestly, the aspect of, not having your phone is so unique. You can tell everybody is so invested, and they're really just there to watch the greatness of the athletes. And even the golfers talking about it after their rounds, they feel a different level of engagement from the fans too, and how invested they are. And you're really just living in the moment. And I think as a professional athlete, you can empathize with that. And I think that's really cool. Then, I just feel like a normal fan getting to follow on the course. And by the end of the weekend, Caitlin wasn't just inspired. She was moved. From following groups on the first tee to reflecting on how nerves manifest in different arenas, her appreciation for what it takes to perform at the highest level had only grown. She called Augusta one of the most magical places she's ever been, and you could tell she meant it. For her and her family, it wasn't just a trip, it was a memory, etched in green, gold, and gratitude. Caitlin Clark didn't come to Augusta to dominate. She came to disconnect, to reflect, and to reconnect with why she fell in love with sports in the first place. In this rare moment off the court, she reminded us all that greatness isn't just measured by points or trophies. It's also in curiosity, humility, and the way you lift others as you rise. I think it's one of the most magical places I've ever been in my life, honestly. I think it's that special, and everybody knows that, whether you've been here or not. But once you really step foot on this whole course, this entire area, it just puts into perspective how special this place really is. So it's been a magical few days for me and my family, so we've had a great time. So whether she's draining threes or slicing tee shots, Caitlin Clark is building something bigger than a career. She's building a culture, one where women in every sport are seen, celebrated, and supported. And if Augusta showed us anything, it's that the magic happens when you slow down, look around, and realize you're witnessing something special. If you're excited about the upcoming WNBA season,